you could say that because you are doing a character, it kind of protects you a little bit. So when people do want to come at you, it's like, oh, you're coming at that character. That's not even me anyway. Oh my gosh, you was actually bullied.
Yeah. What the streets are saying is like, oh, it's like just because Stormzy and Maya have got back together doesn't mean you need to go and run back to your ex.
One Extra presents Pressed.
Hi guys, it's your girl Adeola Patronne. You know the vibes already.
Hey guys, it's me, Mariam Musa, your Miss Unproblematic, and welcome back to the Press podcast.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
So guys, this episode, I wouldn't say that we're pressed, but I would say that the public or the online public's quite pressed. So Adeola, I don't know if you know about this a girl called Pinky Doll. She's basically went viral on TikTok last couple of months by doing kind of NPC style content. So like from what I know of NPC, it's kind of like video gaming characters. Do you know how video gamers act? Is very much like
the side to side.
Yeah, like think animated. And I think it's kind of like the way she does hers is like the element of anime as well. That kind of anime type of content. So what she does is she does live streams on a social media app, and she basically says words and phrases because people send her like emojis and prizes and like gifts, and she'll kind of react. So if someone sends her like an ice cream, she'd be like, ice cream's so good.
You actually love that example because you always go for that one.
And then she always has straighteners with this popcorn.
Oh,
and that's what I don't have you seen it? Because that's what I never understand. But anyway, she makes money from the streaming, and it got her very viral. And then recently she went to the streaming awards, so for the proper big dogs, top streamers online, and she helped present an award. And what everyone's kind of like raving about is how different she looks when you talk about her complexion from the TikToks, from the lives that she does versus them seeing her live at award shows. So in her lives online, where she's doing all the NPC kind of stuff, she has blonde hair, her complexion is a lot fairer, so you'd think she's like on the scale of light skin. And then when we saw her at the awards, it was more of a like a nice chocolate brown. And then it starts to make people think like, did she change her appearance to fit a character just for the bag, just for the money? And she really isn't actually like that at all. She's just an actual normal branding girl that she's capitalizing off that aesthetic. That's the things I was reading. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
What do you think from what you see and people's opinion? Did you see her go and get the award?
No, I saw it when people started talking about it.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I just didn't think it was that deep.
Yeah.
I just, because when she does the lives online, I just saw it as more as a character.
Yeah.
Like, I was just thinking there's no way she's
Actually like that, yeah.
Anyway, so but I guess there was a difference in how she looks, but I feel like you could clearly tell there's a filter. But obviously I never really took in how she looked really. Yeah. But I don't even know if I thought she was black. I'm trying to think what I don't think I even
from what she looked like, to me, she just a mixed race. I didn't think she was full black at all. And then when she was at the awards, that's when she looked very brown. And I feel like people were mainly going at it as if it's like, did she change? Is she capitalizing off of
looking like
completely different to what people are seeing? And people are like, is that a bad thing or a good thing? Because I saw a lot of people like kind of like, I mean, loads of people blackfish off of us and capitalize off that. If she wants to capitalize off of another aesthetic or another thing, why can't she? And as long as she's coming in real life as herself. Yeah. What do you think about
that? Is true, because I guess it's kind of like a character.
Yeah.
It's like a role she's playing, and then when I need to show up in real life, I'm coming as myself. So it's not as if she's embarrassed of who she is.
And she's not offending anyone. She's not claiming I'm this, I'm that in that moment online. From what we see, this is what pays her. This is what gives her audience. And remember, I feel like that I'm not part of her audience. So to me, I look at her like, what is this? Scroll past. But there's definitely a niche there where people really love that and they pay for that. So I guess each to their own. But I guess it kind of makes me lead into the question of like, okay, obviously we're saying that she's got into a character. I would classify me and you as like personalities. We work in the industry with like different personalities. Do you feel that like with our personalities, you have a particular character to play? and you know what your particular character is, potentially?
I feel like I have a role that I play. I feel like which is just an extension of my personality. I wouldn't see it as a character.
Yeah.
So I think it's more like funny, confident, and assertive.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I wouldn't. What about you?
Do I feel like? Yeah, I feel like it's the same. Yeah, like I feel like
people expect when people see you on like online or any online show, what do they expect from you?
They expect like this happy-go-lucky, like energetic, giddy, maybe a bit ditzy.
Oh yeah, same.
Like
ditzy,
ditzy like kind of girl, which is fine.
I think that I'm definitely someone that if I'm like whatever I put on like on set is I can't, basically what I'm trying to say is that I don't feel like I can hide. So if it's like I'm a bit irritated, I feel like it would also still come across on camera.
Yeah.
Like I'm not like I'll leave it at home. As much as I would like to be.
Yeah.
I feel like it still does show up on camera sometimes. Yeah. Which is why I don't feel like we kind of play characters. I feel like we're more like we show up as who we are. But I do find it interesting though how she is being invited to, I guess no, streaming awards, it does make sense, but it's crazy what does she like? There's just all these new things all the time, like NPC.
Yeah, like there's so many new trends. There's so many new and weird ways to actually get famous and get all these amazing opportunities. That is just like sometimes I'm just like, right, maybe if I did that, I might. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But yeah,
and then I think would I rather a character? Because I feel like if it's a character, you could just block out who you are.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I just need to show up as this person rather than yourself.
But I believe that what tends to happen with that is people tend to love your character more than they love who you are. So then when you get to the point of like, because do you know what I mean? I believe that I believe that it's so hard to continue being like playing a role as something that maybe you're actually not. So if you're say you're playing a completely different character to who you are, and you're like, my character's being this savage, blah blah blah, but at home I'm actually very like timid. I think after a while it will catch up with you, because there gets to a point where you want to take the mask off and you don't want to have to keep playing the character, that then trying to kind of show people that true you, which you've been not showing, you've just been showing your character. It's hard. It'll be like...
That is true. But then on the other hand, you could say that because you are doing a character, it kind of protects you a little bit. So when people do want to come at you, it's like, oh, you're coming at that character. That's not even me anyway. Or you lot are cancelling that character, but that's not actually me anyway. But that's
exactly why I like, as much as people that are very open and honest and they show you the good, the bad, the ugly, I rate them so much online, because I feel like it takes a lot to show the whole world who don't know your actual journey. They don't know what you've been through. They don't know like what you're going through behind closed doors, but you're still so you unapologetically. I rate them people so much, because that's scary, having the whole world like really judge you for who you are. And you have to be so like sure of yourself and so happy with who you are that who gives a F if 20,000 people in freaking, I don't know, Europe think that I'm the worst kind of person because I'm real and I own my ish. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I actually rate them people, and I think we need more of them people though.
Yeah, true.
Real, like,
because then if people saw more real people, then it wouldn't be like
so fake.
It wouldn't be so fake.
Yeah, it wouldn't be so fake. It would be more like, there are real people out there that
make mistakes or
and
do
not perfect.
Exactly.
But yeah, I feel like I think at the end of the day with Pinky Doll, it's Pinky Doll. I think she just knows that's her niche. She capitalizes off it, and I feel like some people are always looking for outrage though.
Yeah,
because has she offended anyone? Has she actually,
what is it, white fishing, would you say?
I think it's more I wouldn't say it's white fishing. I just think people see it as, okay, you know that you could like, so I feel like people.
And do you feel like, do you know what I would love to know, if it was it even intent, like did she intend for that to be a thing? Do you know what I mean?
To go viral?
No, like maybe she just used a filter one day. She just thought, oh, this filter makes me look more of a anime.
Like that kind of characteristic.
Yeah, not like, oh, I'm going to look more white, therefore I'm going to keep using this one. Because you know, like sometimes back in, you know, those Instagram filters back in the day, there's some that kind of just make you look a bit white. It's not white, but
it basically it like desaturates your color. Like you just like
you might just like the look of that filter for that one time. And then, or maybe that's what I just picked up.
I generally feel like her look is that ambiguous, like, what is it? Where you're kind of like mix or something. Like people are just like, oh, what is that?
Exotic.
Yeah, that I think she gives that look, and I think people, when I was looking at the comments, their argument was like, it's as if she knows that she can't do that with her full black look. That's the comments that I was seeing.
Ooh, and maybe it's to get a bigger reach.
Yeah. So I think, but then does that not make you question, like, why didn't she think she could do that anime stuff
as a
black woman?
It's always harder for black women. So I guess she's thinking, oh, I'm already a woman, already a black woman.
Yeah.
Let me try just lower my odds a little bit by just looking a bit lighter.
Is it?
Do you feel like you've ever had to change for...
Yeah, definitely. Like I've spoken about this before. Like I feel like I'm the kind of person, I would do whatever the hell I want to do, first of all. And then also I'm always anything I do is always for progression. It's always like, oh, I want to do this because this will get me this, and then this will add to like what I want. So yeah, I've had moments like that, because I feel like the beauty industry is not easy, and I started with the beauty industry, I love beauty, like I've always been into stuff like that, but trying to fit into that like influencer stuff, like having brands notice me, like I want to go on trips as well, like, but I don't look like them, so maybe if I look a little bit more like them, I'll be going trips because I know what I'm worth, like, but unfortunately my appearance doesn't match what I'm seeing getting booked, like the mainstream look. And we've talked about this before, there's a mainstream look, we know what sells, what makes money, unfortunately is effed. And I wish I was more of a natural person. Like I wish I was such like, you know how some people are very much proactive, like, I will never do this, I will never try that. I would love to be that person, but unfortunately I'm not. Like I'm just not. And do I say my surroundings played the impact in the way I fit? Yeah, and the way like I done things in the past, absolutely. Like people don't know what I've gone through, people don't know what the shit I get told. Like it's a thing like that. So it's like,
what is something you've been told that you feel like you always remember? Like, have you ever had something that you thought, rah, because of that, I might now try to switch something up a bit?
I think, to be honest, like, my whole life I've had people say, like, nasty stuff. Like, do you know what I mean? I've been bullied and stuff. So, regardless, I've always had those things in my head anyways. But when I think of me at uni, things like college, I've always
been...
Yeah, like, not uni, but I'm saying, like, things like, when I think of how I was at uni, college, and school, regardless of what people said, because I didn't have that in primary school and I only had it in a new area, I've always been someone that's into, I want to unlock my beauty till whatever it takes. Like that's just how I am. But I think when I got more into the beauty industry, I feel I was influenced a lot by the comments.
Oh my gosh, you was actually bullied.
Yeah.
So that actually, but I don't really deep it like that.
Really?
So do you feel like it not affects you to this day, but obviously being bullied kind of obviously has you like, to always feel like I'm gonna look my best?
Yeah, because it's a horrible feeling, like when people really think you're butters and your skin tone plays a big part of that, and not feeling desired isn't nice. So at the end of the day, like, yeah, it's not nice, and it happens to people. But I think it's made me stronger. Like, it's made me stronger. I feel like I had to go through a lot of stuff to really like be a lot more confident, like very confident with who I am now. Yeah. And yeah, I see it as a journey. But
bullying is actually so mean, man.
Yeah. It's not nice, but it happens. So if anyone was bullying my child, oh my God.
How was you bullied? Like,
do you know what? It was just the school I went to, right? It was just weird. I don't know what I'd done. I would just be minding my business and then I'll hear a rumour about me. There was one weird rumour, like how I was so poor that I would steal stuff from Wilkinson. I was like, what the... Like, yeah, they were nasty. And how was the rumours? Like,
would it be like people just be talking?
No, okay, in school, yeah. You know, in school, there was these girls that were just... You know, there's the mean girls at school. There were the mean girls at school. And I went to school where I literally didn't go to school with anyone. So I was literally by myself. I didn't know anyone from other schools. I made all new friends at that school. So... I think because I didn't know anyone, and I just feel like they were intimidated by me. I can't lie, because what's the reason I didn't do anything? Do you know what I mean? I was just minding my business. But yeah, that was that. And then it would just be little things like that.
But
like,
how would you find out? Like, would it be like someone?
It would just be like... a rumor. Like, it was horrible. Like, it would be everyone just seemed to know. And then oh, babe, they'll always have a go at me at school. Like, for no reason, I'll be coming out of maths class and it'll be like, you'll be by yourself walking to your next lesson. They'll be like, they'll all circle around you and they'll be like, oh, what's this? It was horrible. And you're just there like, that didn't happen.
Babe.
And then, it was so awkward. And it's just the fact that, and they'll just be like, fight. And it's like, I'm not trying to fight anyone. I'm just minding my business. And then that was in year 8. So I went through all that in year 7. It was horrendous. Like, it was horrible. And then it was year 8 when I had this girl, like, it was a big circle. Like, you know, in school, like, there's a big circle. It's you and this other girl. And everyone's watching. Everyone's just, like, egging the other girl on. Because, obviously, I'm literally not only black girls there. So they're not, didn't have much friends. I only had, like, 2. I think I channeled that in all that stuff they would do about me. That's how I started doing makeup quite young. Yeah, like I was wearing makeup in year 7.
It's like you want to look.
Yeah, I want to look better. Like there was one time I told you about the tight trouser situation. Like literally, you could do. I was in an area where you could do what was deemed as unattractive on me, like my filler lips. Like maybe obviously my butt isn't big, but compared to the girls in my school, it was bigger. So those things was bad on me. Like they'll call me big lips. They'll call me Mufasa. Like these are things I just will always remember because this is what they used to say. And then they'll ping my head. Oh my God, this one guy called me King Kong. I really went through it. Like it was a lot. Like it wasn't nice. And I had to deal. Yeah, so I always felt really ugly. So when I went to my first party, like I met like one of my friends, Chantal. She took me to my first like black party. Babe, I was getting moved to. Like, it was the nicest feeling ever. So I was like, it's just the area I'm in. Like, I did feel like, oh my God, I'm not. Especially in year 7 and year 8. And then after like, no, I'm not dealing with this. It was fine. Like, yeah. But yeah, I feel like all of that adds to probably me thinking like, I don't ever want to feel like I can't get where I want to go, and if my looks is stopping that or how I look is stopping that, I guess I was the type to always want to alter. Like I want to say I'm completely like I'm never going to do anything again, but I'm a lot better now. I'm a lot better now. And I don't really
it probably
care
comes from a different place now.
Yeah, it's a completely different place now. So that's why, guys, you've got to be nice. You don't know what people are going through. You don't know what they've been through, and words really do hurt. And I feel like sometimes when people paint you when they've decided they want to paint you as someone that's this or whatever, you have to try so hard to just ignore it because they can't. No one can define you but yourself. Do you know what I mean? But have you ever experienced bullying, or maybe element of just feeling like you've wanted to change because of you wanted to change something, or it could be personality, it could be how you look to fit either job or fit a surrounding. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I did used to get bullied, but I don't think it was bullied. It was more like there was just this one girl that would just always be mean, but it was more in terms of like things she would do. Like she'll purposely go out of her way to make me feel left out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it was more like you met like a mean girl that just was just giving you extra headache. Oh, baby, you never want to experience bullying. They're horrible.
Yeah.
Oh, and like the online is the worst. Like Facebook days was horrible. Bebo days was horrible. There was one time this girl, oh my God. So she made up, it was weird. She made up this, she lied that I said something about Muslims, which was the maddest lie of my life, because I was like, why would I say that? My dad's Muslim. My surname is Musa.
School was such a weird
School
time.
was horrible. But looking back at myself now, and when I think of it, it's like, I've definitely grown, and I've kind of liked my journey. I've been very open and honest in my journey. Not everything goes well, some things go bad, but that's life. And, you can't be perfect and you can't please everyone. You just got to live for yourself and just learn with life as you go, because there isn't really a handbook of how to deal with these kind of things.
That
you
is
have to
true.
just go with it.
That is true.
But yeah.
Let's move on to the hotline. Hey Peaches. So if you're enjoying this episode, you already know you can listen to this on BBC Sounds with a new episode out every Friday. Now, let's get back to the video. This is the Pressed Hotline. Okay, so here we go. Hey girls, I'm in a really big dilemma and I need some advice. How do you make boundaries with someone who has come into your friendship group and tell them their place without sounding like a mean girl? So basically, end of last year, I celebrated my birthday with almost everyone in my life at the time. I invited my family and friends from different walks of life. I was a bit hesitant about mixing groups, but went ahead with it anyway, and it was an amazing night. I invited one of my family friends I grew up with. We weren't that close at the time, but our friendship really grew after my birthday. She also got along with my best friend as well, and so they had cultivated a friendship afterwards. I went to traveling around Europe for a bit with my partner, so I didn't really mind that they were getting close after my birthday as I was overseas. If anything, it really warmed my heart, and I liked that I created a new bond between them. Now I feel like it's one of my worst mistakes I've ever made and has overcomplicated my own friendship with my best friend. It has complicated my own relationship with my best friend. We have hung out maybe 4 times since my birthday as a trio and set up a group chat where we talk occasionally about what events, clubs to go to and so forth. But after a while, my family friend has gotten extremely comfortable with my
friend, and I, to the extent she considers us best friends, even though we only recently started hanging out together as a group. My bestie is not loyal. She just switches out whoever is her flavour of the month. She has never done that to me, but it seems like it's now my turn to be switched out. How do I handle a bestie like this? It's not that I'm opposed to the idea of us all becoming close like that. It's just abrupt and immature because I'm a firm believer that real relationships grow. You can't slap a title onto people without the real substance of a friendship. What's even worse is that she has said multiple times that it's crazy how we are all just connected like that at your birthday. To me, even though my best friends and I were close friends way before they even met, despite her good intentions, it felt so disrespectful to my friendship with my best friend and genuinely rubbed me off the wrong way. She has romanticized us in her life that it puts us on a pedestal to the point where I feel like being such a people pleaser around her so she feels included. I don't even feel comfortable posting it on my socials when me and my best friends hang out on our own because she would feel excluded. My final straw was when we made plans last Saturday, but my best friend ended up cancelling, so I cancelled as I didn't want to be left with her. She was so off with me, but she could have easily rescheduled with many of her other friends. She has a large circle.
To compensate for it after I felt bad for it, I even offered to take her out and do something chill in the area, like movies and get food, and still she wasn't happy. With her, I noticed she will place her needs above everyone else's. I feel like such a people pleaser who can't stand up for themselves. Please, any advice would be appreciated.
So let's do a rundown of it because it's quite long.
Yeah, I'm a bit confused.
So from your part,
from my part, she had a birthday. She basically mixed her friends. Yeah. She invited a girl that she knows but not really that well, and then she kind of got close to her best friend. And
the girl that she doesn't know that well is now close to her best friend.
Yeah, cool. And she went away with her partner to travel, and that girl got really close. Yeah, and she kind of liked it, like I was able to connect them. And then she's come back, and she just feels like that friend has got a bit comfortable. The new friend.
Okay, from my one, it feels like her best friend, she sees that her best friend is not a loyal friend. She's someone that jumps from different people. Like, she's like that.
For the season.
And now she feels like, okay, now it's my turn. I'm about to get replaced.
My season's coming up.
Exactly. And then also, she feels like they're slapping the word like friendship rather than having like real substance in the friendship. So the other friend has basically like put them two on such a pedestal. So the outskirts friend that wasn't there in the beginning is putting them two on a pedestal where she now feels like, how do I now say no to all this, because she doesn't upset people's feelings
and she puts us all the way up there.
Yeah, it's like now for me to come and say something, it's hard for her because she usually isn't like that. And then she doesn't feel comfortable posting it on her socials when me and my best friend hang out on our own because she feels excluded. So basically now that it's a trio, this is it. Yeah, basically the trio is causing a problem because now, before there was a twosome that was comfortable. Now one of the twosomes have invited someone as just, let's all like hang out together. It's not that deep.
They've got close and now they're a trio, and she feels like she can't do things with her best friend because if she posts, that person will now start being like, you're leaving me out.
God. So how do we tackle this? Because I feel like
I feel like everyone should just have their individual relationships.
Yeah.
I feel like you can always do things as a trio, but then also like if I'm going to do something with my best friend, you're not excluded. I'm just doing something with my best friend.
Rather than...
You don't need to be... It's not a... Every time we link up, it has to be a three-way thing. And...
That's the thing with three-way friendships.
Like, I can make time for you for something else. If I can make it, I can make it. But you're not in the same priority for me as my all-time best friend.
That's very true. No, it's true. I just think... I feel like trios are always quite hard in friendships. Like... When I think of like friendships, okay, so I feel like my longest friendships has always been the longest when it's just me and someone else. Like I feel like when you have two people, I feel, anyways, that's me personally. Like when I think of like every time I've had friendship groups from primary schools, secondary school, whatever, I've always had the best kind of friendship with that, like the mad drama without all of that when it's just like I'm just close with one person and we both know what the level is. Like you're my best friend, I'm your best friend, that's it. I already have expectation. And I think on top of that is like you need to know the kind of person you are. If you are quite a jealous person and you like to have something to yourself, I think you have to just be realistic with that. Some people are like that, some people aren't. And I feel like we can do the trio thing. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but I think there will always be one person that you're just going to be naturally closer to. It's very hard to have a trio friendship where you are all equally like you're.
But
all
do you think a
equally
trio? It's like we're not a trio. We're just all friends. Like I get on with you and I get on with you, and it's like we would all link up as a freeway.
But wouldn't you get to the point? Yeah, but you would get to a point where, okay, say for the past 3 constant weekends, you keep seeing them two just going out. One time, cool. Second time, cool. Third time, cool. You will naturally think, rah, why are you not leaving me out?
But then would you see it as like, are they leaving me out, or are you like, okay, but they might offer to do stuff with you separately, and are you like, do you only just want to chill when it's a 3-way thing? Yeah. Like, are you also cool to chill on your own individually with each person?
Yeah, that's a question as well, because I do get you, because I feel like I'm like that. Like I like to have my own individual relationships with people. Like there'll be some days where I just want to chill with Wens. There'll be some days I just want to chill with Chris. There'll be some days I just want to chill. Do you know what I mean? That's just how it is. But I think like if as a collective, I think you want to do as much collective stuff as possible so that when you do them like moments, it's not as much more than the collective. Yeah, it's kind of balanced.
Yeah, that is true.
And I feel like girls, you get excited. It's easy when you meet someone that you get on with so well. They're into everything you're into. It's so easy to just always be around that person. I think that's probably what's happened with her best friend and then that new friend. But I think like she can say she's feeling left out. I feel like if you say it the one time, why not?
But is she saying that? Is she saying that she feels left out, or is she saying that the other girl will complain that she feels left out? So now she's starting to feel like she needs to people please her.
The other girl. So then with that,
I just feel like.
Would you say so? Well. I feel like I'm like the girl then, because I feel like I get where her mind is at. She's very much like...
you would handle it, because you would actually make time to make sure that person doesn't feel...
left out. Yeah. So I think... but then at the same time, so how she's feeling is like, you just kind of got in a bit too close for my liking. Like, I like it, I like you, whatever, but it's just a bit too much. I'm going to spend a bit more time with my best friend, like basically just getting it back to normal, because this is probably a bit of a big change for her, and she's just not liking the new shift in the dynamics of the friendship. That's just that. But and for her to get back to that nice, how she likes it, how things were normally, she knows it's going to upset that friend. Yeah. So
and that friend's put you up there as one of her closest.
Yeah. So why would you now think that me being friends with your friend is well, you two now going away without me, I'll feel some kind of way, but you are going to feel some kind of way naturally.
I think I would tell my best friend though, like it's definitely something I'd say to my best friend, like, bro, you're probably leaving me out for this new girl, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she'll probably tell me like, oh no, she's not. I'll be like, yeah, but we only just met her. Like I feel like we're not spending enough time together. And now she feels like we need to always let her know when we're together, or I can't do stuff with you now that I was doing before.
But that's what I mean about trios. Like, it's like it gets to a point where you all think you all is an odd number. When it's an odd number, someone's always going to be left out. Because on rides, it'd be like that. There'll be 2 seats and then you go in a 3. It's like, who's sitting by themselves? Like, do you know what I mean? So that's why I feel like trios are so hard. You have to all be very secure in your relationships.
When you're the newcomer, you have to just, it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? I feel like the other girls, do you know what I mean? Like, she would, like, if I've introduced you to my best friend, how dare you now come tell me I'm leaving you out when I'm chilling with my best friend, bro. Like, go chill at home. It's not like a
thing where we all met each other at the same time, or maybe a couple of months
apart. That's like you introduced me to Steph,
and you start being,
and then I'm like expecting you now to always, and I'm like, wait, so you was with Steph yesterday? You lot left me out, like.
I would definitely say something, because this is what I mean. It's the trio thing.
Yeah, but I think when you all meet, like, let's say you all met, like, you know, it's fair grounds, like you all already knew each other throughout your own separate relationships, and then like sometimes you all come as a freeway. I think that is like calm. But if I've introduced you to someone as my best friend, don't now get too comfortable and expect
to be there all the time. But then do you not feel like maybe, right, okay, this is a prime example, so, but then doesn't that make it be a thing where the 2 friends, like this girl and then her best friend, they've clearly done too much, where the girl does now feel not entitled, or feels like, I deserve to be here. Like, I shouldn't be excluded. Like, I'm actually part of the group now.
No, it's that her best friend done too much, and that girl is doing too much. And then obviously that other girl's just stepped in and she's just going with the flow, to the point now you've allowed the girl to think that. So it's got too far now. And now you're like, oh, hell, like, I've just been going along with it. Whereas she should have just pulled her best friend from the start.
Does the best friend really, like, care about this additional person?
That's why she needs to chat to her best friend and be like, what's going on with this girl? Like, babe, is she your new friend for this month? Because I'm tired of her.
Oh, wow.
Don't you think? Like, you know, if you're you know your best friend, oh, here you go again, bringing, you know, someone I say to you when we're out, here man goes again, making this new friend. There she, and I'll just let you do your thing because I know what you're like. Like, you're just a friendly person. You'll make friends at the time. I don't need to, I already know I'm not going to worry about that friend because or like how you are when you move to guys. Not when you move to guys. When guys move to you, I don't need to worry about you because I'm like, this one, she'll give you her number. She won't even holler at you when she gets home. Like, that's just how, you just know how a certain person is. So if you're saying that she changes her friends for the season, is this girl, how long is this one going to last, babe? Because can we speed it up?
Yeah, I guess so. Makes sense.
But then that's annoying, having a best friend that just always just, like, she's always bringing in someone. Do you know what I mean? Because she's saying that her friend always does this.
Does this every couple
but she's never done it to her.
That's true.
Maybe she will do it to her soon. No, there must be a reason why she hasn't done it to her all this time. So they must clearly have a strong bond. So I think she should chat to her friend.
Just say something and then we'll see. Then I think they should be able to, like, determine how to deal with that situation. Because I think it just takes the conversation and then they can move forward.
Yeah. Good luck, though.
Yeah.
It's time for Madness with Maz.
Okay, moving on to Madness with Maz. So, guys,
what's been going on?
What's been going on a lot? Well, Love's in the air. That's definitely going on.
I had a spin the block season.
Listen, like Adeola said, it's like spin the block season. Love's in the air. Summer's over. It's inside now. But a very favourite couple, popular couple, it couple, Maya Jama and Stormzy have been spotted in Greece together, and allegedly Stormzy and Maya Jama are back together. Like, they were spotted in Greece. And they haven't confirmed it, but it's alleged, yeah? So everyone's happy because I feel like everyone really likes Stormzy and Maya. I love Stormzy and Maya. But what the streets are saying is like, oh, it's like, just because Stormzy and Maya have got back together doesn't mean you need to go and run back to your ex. And then another hot topic that links to that is Kiki and her man. I don't know his name, but Kiki Palmer. Remember we had an episode talking about that situation with them online and her dress.
So did they break up after that situation?
Well, it seemed they unfollowed each other. So
now they're back together.
Well, they posted a video together and it was just like normal. And then people were like, this is why you don't take the paracetamol for someone else's headache. Because people were really going in and look, now everything's fine for them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, what do you think about that? And do you think that... what do you think about going back to your ex?
I think it depends. So, you know, like sometimes you can leave an ex is it called amicably?
Yeah.
And it's like they didn't do anything scarring or like, you know, like there's just some things you could just never forgive someone for. I can forgive you, but it can never be that again. Maybe sometimes I feel like the disrespect was too much. Then no, but sometimes what I don't agree is, you know, like I feel like sometimes some people just look for a reason to spin the block. Like, oh my God, everyone else is spinning the block. Let me go back to my toxic ex where you wasn't even happy anyway.
Yeah.
But you're just using it as an example, like, oh my gosh, well, everyone else is doing it. Like, let me just use it as an example. But you didn't even really give yourself a chance to see what else is out there. I feel like Stormzy's been begging for Maya back so loudly.
Yeah.
And Maya has actually, you could tell she's focused on her career. Yeah. She did date other people.
She got engaged as well.
Yeah, they got engaged. Yeah. And we actually don't know why they broke up anyway. Yeah. But Stormzy was always so loud with how much, he wanted her back and he misses her. And she was the best thing ever.
Ooh. Do you know what's so crazy? Yeah. So I've seen another public breakup and then they got back together. So do you know Zara and Sam, right?
Oh,
yeah, that for me,
she was very loud about it too.
She was loud about it. She didn't care not how stupid she looked, but she didn't care what people thought of her or how she would look. Just trying to get Sam back, and they got back together, and they're better. They're better, and I think it all depends on obviously your relationship. Yeah, it depends on you, and also like what change will there actually be actual change in the relationship and growth. And I think like with Maya and Stormzy, like I don't know the time frame to the T, but I think it's about 2.5 to 3 years they've been not together for. And in that era, like we've literally watched Maya just like she's just done so well. She's gonna keep doing well. Even Stormzy, I feel like he's just an icon. I feel like they've just become the best versions of them individually without each other. They've done what they need to do, and that time apart, because it's been years, it's been time, and that time apart has allowed them to grow. Really, maybe I don't know obviously the ins and outs, but from what I think, they've had time to grow, they've had time to really like work on themselves and the relationship. And one thing I do like is, even though we knew they broke up, we still to this day don't know why. So I think it doesn't leave much room to judge her for going back to him. We don't know what he done or if he done anything. We don't know what went down. I think that was a very smart and good move to do, because once everyone knows what the issue is, like if you compare it to Kiki and her man, it was very messy. It was like so broadcasted. We know there was an issue and what the issue was. Now that's why people just be like,
gives room for people to start adding their two pence like, I don't think you should have gone back.
Yeah, and then if something does happen again, they like, have something. This is why. Yeah. So that was interesting.
What do you think about Spin the Block season?
I get why people would do it, because I've always been such a sometimes the devil you know is better than the devil you don't know kind of person. And I would get why people will go back to their ex, especially if the relationship wasn't even that bad. If it was maybe things they could have worked on, it wasn't the right time, maybe you two weren't whole as individuals before you met each other. Because I am an advert. I'm definitely believe that right person. You could actually be the right person, but wrong time. Like it's not your time to be in a relationship. It's not their time to be in a relationship. But that is definitely someone that's made for you. So yeah, I'll get it. But I feel like as long as you're being smart about going back, and you're not just going back because you're lonely. You're not just going back because everyone else is doing it, and you're not just going back because you're scared. You're scared of finding what you deserve. Because I think there's a fear of finding what you deserve, because that means you have to let go of what you're used to that you don't deserve, and people are scared. You're scared of stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure.
But have you ever done the what's it called?
Span the block.
Span the block.
No, I've only done it once, but it wasn't like an ex. It was more like good time.
Yeah.
Like I have a good time with you. We was never really together anyway. And I'm in that era where I just want to spin the block and have another good time.
Yeah.
But not relationship
wise. Yeah.
What about you?
I've spun the block before, and it was alright. Like you go back to a relationship and you try and make it work. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. And you have to always outweigh. I think like, was the good better than the bad? Like if the good was better than the bad, and the bad wasn't even that bad, then I feel like nothing's wrong with owning yourself the chance to see what could be now that it's been like 2 years, it's been 3 years, and do you know what I mean? Sometimes you fall out in love and then you fall back in love, and then that back in love, you fall back in love with a better version of that person you fell out of love in, so it can always work for you. But yeah, but do you feel like people are going to be influenced by this whole thing now? Because I think like that's what people assume. Like what they see their favorite celebs doing something, then they do it, and it's like, no, you guys aren't Stormzy and Mariam. Like, come on,
I think
take
if
it
you're
a
a
minute.
sheep, I think it will just clearly show who's a sheep. I think if you was gonna get back with your ex, you was always gonna get back with your ex. Do you know what I mean? Don't now just use this one example to get back with your ex. Like at least have thought and reasoning and work and growth. Like your favorite celebs have. Even like people have been spinning the block with friendships as well.
Really?
Because oh wait, that's more of the Jordan and Kylie thing actually.
Oh, that's true.
Just wanted to throw it in there like a little bit of salt.
Yeah, you can. Like you can throw. Like I just believe like if friendships don't, if you can rebuild a friendship, I think that's even better.
Yeah, have you ever spanned the block with a friendship? Like you probably fallen out, not even.
Oh yeah, I have.
And has that worked out?
Yeah, really
Yeah,
good. Yeah, and it's
same.
so crazy because me and this girl were friends for like years, like mad, like proper close. We end up falling out, and then we rekindled a couple of times. I feel like the stages where we rekindled, we were still like 18, 19, 21, like still in that kind of young era. And then we recently rekindled like in my 24, 25. And I'm so happy now that that's happened because it made me just remind me of like, oh my God, this is why we're friends.
Yeah.
And you're not that immature girl.
But
back then, I'm not my immature self back then. And we're even better than ever. So I think it's always good if you can like be accountable for what you done in that relationship that made it go left, what they done, what your boundaries are moving forward in this relationship. And then it's just easy. No one wants drama, no one wants headache. Like you at this stage in your life, like for me, I want to have my friends and that's it, and I want to have my partner and that's it. So like nothing's wrong with that. What about you?
I mean, well, I guess I've spun the block with Shola and Debbie recently. Was that recent? Well, I guess kind of recently. And it's just nice. I think it's just, especially when you've grown and like even when we had a conversation, it's just more like you get to see where you went wrong and where immaturities. And it's nice when you're grown adults. So yeah, just for context, I did have a YouTube channel with my two uni friends, Shola and Debbie. Shola has previously been on the pod where we had a episode about it, and Debbie hasn't actually been on the pod, but yeah, we have rekindled, all three of us. So yeah, no, it has been nice when you could just see your growth and just, especially when you had key moments together growing up, it's nice to then also be able to at least communicate and have good times in an era of your life where you're grown and you know how to channel emotions and handle things better and enjoy things more. Yeah,
of course.
So yeah, I think I'm definitely an advocate for spin the blocks, especially in friendships, I would say. Yeah.
If you can.
If the disrespect wasn't that much, you know.
You should be able to. But I think on that, I would just say, do you?
Yes, let's all do ourselves.
Be open-minded. Forgive. But never forget. And love hard. Bye guys, I've been Mariam Musa.
Bye guys, I've been Adeola and Patronne, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Thank you so much for watching, Peaches. Remember, you can listen to every episode of Pressed on the BBC Sounds and be the first to see more from us right here. Make sure you're subscribed to the BBC Sounds YouTube channel.